Let me tell you something, when a man really loves you, it changes the whole game. See, love ain't just about flowers, sweet talk, or late night messages. No, it's deeper than that. When a man truly loves you, he'll protect you, he'll respect you, and he'll put you first even when it costs him. Because real love makes a man step up. It makes him grow, and it makes him give you the very best version of himself. And I'm gonna tell you today, understanding that kind of love will change everything in your life. When a man truly loves you, his love is not revealed in grand speeches or hollow promises, but in the small, consistent actions that he chooses every single day. Words are easy, they flow quickly, they can be said without thought, and they can sound beautiful in the moment. But words without action are like smoke, they disappear into thin air, leaving nothing to hold on to. A man who loves you will not leave you searching for meaning in his words, because his actions will make his love undeniable. When he calls you his priority, you will feel it in the way he makes time for you. When he says he respects you, you will see it in the way he listens and honors your opinions. His behavior will line up with his speech, and that alignment is what separates real love from empty talk. Consistency is the key. Anyone can show affection once in a while, buy flowers after an argument, or shower you with attention when they want something. But consistency is what proves intention. When he shows up for you even when it is inconvenient, when he remembers the small details of your life, when he chooses you even when no one is watching, that is love being lived out. Real love is not loud or flashy. It's steady, reliable, and dependable. It's the phone call to make sure you got home safe. It's the support he gives you when you're chasing your goals. It's his presence, not just when things are easy, but when life gets heavy. Love expressed through consistent action is about showing up, not showing off. A man who loves you doesn't have to constantly announce it to the world, because his life already demonstrates it. He will protect your trust, guard your heart, and make choices that reflect your value in his life. He doesn't disappear when times get tough or when he is tested by life. Instead, he proves himself day after day through loyalty, through effort, and through his willingness to invest in the relationship. The truth is, love without action creates confusion. It leaves you questioning whether the words are real, whether the promises mean anything, and whether the relationship is built on solid ground. But when a man consistently acts on his love, you never have to wonder. You know it in the way he treats you, in the way he considers you in his decisions, and in the way he builds with you instead of just talking about the future. Action removes doubt, because action can't be fake for long. Sooner or later, the truth of a man's love shows up in what he does, not what he says. When a man values you, his actions will always reflect that value. If he respects your time, he won't waste it. If he respects your heart, he won't play with it. If he respects your worth, he won't compromise it. He doesn't make excuses, he makes effort. He doesn't leave you in uncertainty, he gives you clarity. Every action he takes becomes proof of the love he claims to have, and over time, that consistency builds trust, and trust builds unshakable connection. Consistency also means he doesn't only show up when it's convenient for him. Anybody can love you when it's easy, when the relationship is fun, when there's no pressure. But the man who truly loves you proves it when it's hard, when patience is tested, when sacrifices have to be made. He demonstrates love not by running away from responsibility, but by leaning into it. He learns how to care for you better. He adjusts, he grows, he puts in the work because he knows love requires more than feelings. It requires action, effort, and choice. And choice is at the heart of it. Love is not just something a man feels, it is something he chooses to do over and over again. Choosing to respect you, choosing to be faithful, choosing to make you feel secure, choosing to show love not once, not twice, but continually. Those choices repeated consistently become the clearest sign that his love is real. A man who chooses you daily, who chooses to show his love in actions rather than just words, is a man whose love will stand the test of time. When a man truly values something in his life, He will do everything in his power to protect it. And when it comes to love, it is no different. When a man loves you, his instinct to protect is not only physical, it is emotional, spiritual, and even mental. Protection becomes part of his nature because love naturally carries responsibility. A man who sees your worth will not allow harm to come your way without stepping in. He will shield you from unnecessary pain, not by controlling your life, but by standing as a barrier between you and the things that could damage your peace or your happiness. His protection is not about dominance. It is about covering, about ensuring that the person he loves feels safe in his presence. Protection is not always about big gestures or dramatic moments. It is in the subtle, daily choices he makes. He protects your trust by being honest, by keeping his word, by being a man of integrity. He protects your heart by being careful with his actions, by avoiding things that would cause you unnecessary hurt, and by prioritizing your feelings even when it challenges him. He protects your peace of mind by making you feel secure in the relationship, by not giving you reasons to doubt, and by consistently showing you that you are not alone. This kind of protection is not loud, but it is steady, and it makes you feel safe without him having to say a word. A man who loves you understands that protection means standing with you in your battles. Life will bring storms, struggles, and challenges that test your strength. A man who loves you does not leave you to face them alone, nor does he minimize your struggles. He stands beside you, offering support, encouragement, and his presence. He becomes a partner in your growth, someone who is willing to shoulder part of the weight so you don't have to carry everything by yourself. In doing so, he makes you stronger, not weaker, because his protection empowers you to face life with more confidence and security. Protection also comes through guidance, not control, not dictating your every move, but guiding with wisdom and care. A man who truly loves you does not want to see you lost or hurt, so he will share his perspective, his experiences, and his advice to help you avoid pitfalls. He wants the best for you, and because of that, he is willing to step in when he sees danger ahead. He does not guide out of arrogance, but out of genuine care, wanting to see you thrive, wanting to see you protected from mistakes that could cost you. Even in his absence, his protective nature remains. A man who loves you doesn't just act a certain way when you are around. He carries himself with the knowledge that his actions reflect on you. He will not put himself in situations that could dishonor you. He will not entertain behavior that could bring shame to what you share. Protection, in this sense, is about preserving the relationship's dignity and ensuring that your love is not compromised by reckless choices. Emotional protection is perhaps one of the strongest indicators of true love. A man who loves you will never weaponize your vulnerabilities. He will not use your insecurities against you. Instead, he will handle them with care, making sure you feel safe enough to be yourself without judgment. He creates a space where you can express your fears, your doubts, and your weaknesses, knowing that he will not exploit them. His role is not to tear you down, but to build you up, to protect your spirit as much as he protects your body. A man who protects what he values also draws boundaries. He makes it clear to others how you should be treated, and he does not tolerate disrespect toward you. His protection is not passive, it is active. It shows in the way he defends your name when you are not present, in the way he keeps harmful influences at a distance, and in the way he positions himself as your shield when negativity tries to reach you. His love will not allow him to stand by while you are attacked, whether it is by people, circumstances, or even your own self-doubt. This kind of protection is not born out of fear, but out of love. It is not about controlling or restricting you, but about making sure you can live freely without unnecessary harm. A man who loves you will always act as a protector because he knows that what he loves, he must also guard. He knows that your heart, your trust, and your well-being are treasures he cannot afford to mishandle. To him, protection is not a burden, it is a privilege. It is a reflection of his love, a sign of his devotion, and one of the clearest proofs that he sees you as someone priceless in his life. Respect is the foundation of true love, because without it, love cannot survive. A man may say he loves you, he may even show affection and give attention, but if respect is missing, the relationship will always feel unbalanced. When a man truly respects you, it shows in the way he listens to you, in the way he values your opinions, and in the way he treats you as an equal partner in the relationship. Respect is not just about politeness or manners. It is about recognizing your worth, honoring your individuality, and never trying to diminish who you are. Respect is shown in conversations. A man who loves you with respect does not dismiss your thoughts or interrupt you as if what you have to say doesn't matter. He listens with intention, even when he disagrees. He takes your perspective seriously because he understands that your voice carries value. Respect means he does not try to silence you, control you, or make you feel small. Instead, he lifts your words, acknowledges them, and considers them as important as his own. That level of respect makes you feel safe to express yourself honestly, without fear of being judged or belittled. Respect is also shown in actions. A man who respects you will not cross boundaries you have made clear. He will not force you into situations you are uncomfortable with, nor will he disregard your feelings for his convenience. He understands that respect is demonstrated not by how he acts when it benefits him, but by how he acts when it costs him something. If respecting your boundaries means he must adjust his behavior, he will do it because your comfort and well-being matter more than his temporary satisfaction. True respect also means honoring your individuality. A man who respects you will not try to mold you into someone else or strip away the qualities that make you unique. He celebrates your strengths, supports your ambitions, and encourages your growth. He is not intimidated by your independence or threatened by your success. Instead, he takes pride in it because his love does not seek to control or limit you. Respect allows him to love you fully without needing to own you, because he understands that love thrives where freedom exists. Respect is not only visible in how he treats you directly, but also in how he speaks about you when you are not around. A man who truly respects you will never speak of you in ways that bring dishonor or embarrassment. He will not allow others to disrespect you either. He guards your reputation because he values your name. When he talks about you, his words reflect admiration, not ridicule. That kind of respect builds trust because you know that his loyalty is not only present in your company, but also in your absence. Another part of respect is emotional safety. A man who respects you will never use your vulnerabilities as weapons. He does not exploit your weaknesses in moments of anger, nor does he manipulate your emotions to gain control. He handles your heart carefully, knowing that respect requires gentleness, patience, and understanding. When you share your deepest fears or insecurities, he listens without judgment, and he responds with compassion. Respect ensures that you never feel like your emotions are a burden or a tool to be turned against you. Respect also shows in the way a man values your time. He understands that your time is precious, so he does not waste it with games, uncertainty, or inconsistency. He respects your effort, your presence, and the energy you give to the relationship. He makes commitments and follows through because he knows that respect means reliability. When he respects your time, you feel prioritized, not neglected, because he shows you through his actions that your life and schedule are important to him. Respect demands honesty. A man who respects you does not lie to you, even when the truth is difficult. He is transparent with his intentions, his actions, and his words. He does not hide behind half-truths or deception because he knows that dishonesty destroys trust. Respect and lies cannot coexist. By being honest, he proves that he values your right to the truth more than his need to escape accountability. That honesty, born out of respect, becomes the glue that keeps love steady through challenges. Respect also carries forgiveness. A man who respects you does not hold your mistakes over your head, nor does he use them as leverage to control you. He acknowledges your humanity, accepts your flaws, and treats you with grace. Respect does not demand perfection. It allows room for growth, for change, and for second chances. This kind of respect creates an environment where both of you can grow stronger without fear of constant criticism or judgment. At its core, respect means a man loves you in a way that preserves your dignity. He does not humiliate you, he does not insult you, and he does not strip away your self-worth. Instead, his love becomes a place where you can stand tall, knowing that your value is seen, acknowledged, and honored. Respect builds a foundation so strong that even when challenges come, the relationship does not crumble because it is rooted in something deeper than feelings. It is rooted in honor. Sacrifice is proof of genuine commitment because when a man truly loves you, he shows it not only in the things he gives, but also in the things he is willing to give up. Love is not measured by how much pleasure a person can take from a relationship, but by how much they are willing to invest, to let go, and to endure for the sake of someone else's well-being. A man who loves you understands that real love demands sacrifice, and that sacrifice is not a burden, but a choice he willingly makes. Sacrifice shows up in time. A man who loves you will give you his time, even when his schedule is full, even when work and responsibilities press in on him. He may have many things pulling at his attention, but love makes you a priority, and he makes room for you in his life. Sacrifice means he is willing to adjust, to delay his own plans, or to make space where it seems there is none, because spending time with you, supporting you, and being present for you matters more than convenience. Time is one of the most valuable sacrifices because it can never be earned back, and when a man gives it consistently, it reveals the depth of his love. Sacrifice also comes through comfort. A man who loves you does not always choose what is easiest for himself, but what is best for you and for the relationship. He will step out of his comfort zone if it means protecting your heart. He will make changes to habits or behaviors that could harm the relationship, even if those changes challenge him. Sacrifice sometimes looks like compromise, learning to meet in the middle, and choosing peace over pride. It is the willingness to do without certain comforts so that love can thrive, proving that he values the relationship more than his own momentary ease. Financial sacrifice is another way love shows commitment. A man who loves you does not see his resources as his alone. He sees them as a tool to build stability and security for both of you. He will invest not only in gifts or material things, but also in your dreams, your goals, and the future you share. Sacrifice here is not about buying love, but about showing through generosity that he is invested in more than himself. Even in small things, the willingness to share and provide reflects a heart that puts love before selfishness. Sacrifice is also emotional. A man who truly loves you may put aside his ego for the sake of the relationship. He does not let pride destroy connection, nor does he cling to always being right. Sometimes sacrifice means apologizing first, even when it feels hard. It means choosing patience over anger, gentleness over harshness, understanding over judgment. Sacrifice here is about valuing harmony and connection more than the temporary satisfaction of winning an argument. By sacrificing ego, he protects the bond, showing that love is bigger than his need to be in control. Sacrifice can be seen in dreams and ambitions too. A man who loves you does not abandon his purpose, but he will align his goals with yours so that you can walk together. He will make adjustments, sometimes delaying personal desires, to support what you are building as a couple. Sacrifice might mean moving to a different place, taking on extra responsibility, or giving up opportunities that could cause distance between you. These choices are never easy, but they reveal that his love values togetherness over individual gain. Even in moments of difficulty, sacrifice shows its strength. A man who loves you will endure challenges, will put in the effort, and will stand by you when life gets heavy. Sacrifice here is not glamorous. It is often quiet, behind the scenes in the form of patience, late nights, hard work, and unspoken efforts. These sacrifices may not always be noticed immediately, but they hold the relationship together, proving that love is not about convenience, but about commitment. Sacrifice also comes with protection of your happiness. A man who loves you may give up certain habits, friendships, or behaviors that bring insecurity into the relationship. He recognizes that what he chooses affects both of you, and he is willing to let go of things that compromise trust. This does not mean losing himself, but it means prioritizing the relationship over destructive choices. That kind of sacrifice demonstrates maturity, responsibility, and devotion. Sacrifice is not about loss, it is about love in action. When a man is willing to put aside his selfish desires, his comfort, his pride, and sometimes even his personal plans for the sake of your well-being, he proves that his love is genuine. These sacrifices may seem small in the moment, but together they create a pattern of commitment that cannot be denied. A man who loves you shows it most clearly when he chooses sacrifice, because sacrifice is the highest form of giving, and it is the clearest reflection of where his heart truly is. Love makes a man step into responsibility because when he truly cares for someone, he understands that affection without accountability has no real value. Responsibility in love is not about obligation or force. It is about maturity, about recognizing that the relationship requires more than emotions and passion. A man who loves you deeply realizes that his role is not only to feel, but to act, not only to enjoy the connection, but to carry it with honor and consistency. Responsibility means he takes ownership of his part in the relationship, ensuring that his actions support growth, stability, and trust. When a man steps into responsibility, he becomes intentional. He does not treat the relationship as something casual or temporary because love pushes him to think long-term. He begins to plan, to prepare, and to consider how his life aligns with yours. Responsibility means he does not drift aimlessly, but commits with purpose. Every decision he makes is weighed not just for how it affects him, but for how it affects both of you. His choices reflect that he sees you as part of his life, not just for a moment, but for the future. Responsibility is visible in reliability. A man who loves you understands that his word must mean something. If he promises, he delivers. If he commits, he follows through. He does not leave you wondering whether you can depend on him, because his actions provide that security. Reliability is one of the strongest ways love is demonstrated, because without responsibility, promises become empty and words lose weight. Love inspires him to step up, to prove through consistency that he can be trusted with your heart, your time, and your future. Financial responsibility is another aspect. A man who loves you does not see resources as just tools for himself. He manages what he has wisely because he wants to create stability and safety. He plans for tomorrow, not only for his benefit, but for yours as well. Responsibility here is not about being wealthy. It is about being thoughtful and disciplined, making choices that protect the relationship from unnecessary strain. A man who avoids recklessness with money shows love by ensuring that his decisions build, not destroy, the foundation you share. Emotional responsibility is equally important. A man who loves you does not lash out carelessly, nor does he disregard the effect his moods and words can have. He takes responsibility for the energy he brings into the relationship. He apologizes when he is wrong. He communicates when he is hurt. And he refuses to let pride or anger poison the bond. Emotional responsibility means he recognizes that love is fragile if mishandled, so he takes care to nurture it. He becomes mindful of how his behavior influences your feelings, and he chooses to act with patience, respect, and self-control. A responsible man in love also takes responsibility for growth. He does not expect the relationship to remain strong without effort. He invests in himself, working to improve his character, his habits, and his mindset, because he knows that love requires a partner who is willing to evolve. Growth may mean letting go of toxic behaviors, learning how to communicate better, or embracing maturity in areas where he once avoided accountability. Love motivates him to do this because he wants to be the best version of himself for you and for the life you are building together. Responsibility shows up in protection as well. A man who loves you does not stand by while harm approaches. He takes responsibility for guarding the relationship, keeping away influences that could damage it. He does not play with temptation. He does not entertain disrespect, and he does not put the bond at risk. Responsibility here means he values the love enough to fight for it, to protect it from both outside threats and internal weaknesses. His actions prove that he understands love must be preserved, not taken for granted. Taking responsibility also means accountability. A man who loves you does not shift blame or make excuses when he fails. Instead, he owns his mistakes and works to correct them. He understands that pointing fingers does not solve problems, but honesty and accountability do. This willingness to face himself honestly builds trust because you know he will not run from challenges or hide behind denial. Responsibility requires courage, and love gives him that courage because he wants the relationship to be healthy and strong. Love transforms responsibility into a privilege, not a chore. A man who embraces responsibility does so willingly because he knows that true love cannot exist without it. He sees responsibility not as a weight holding him down, but as a role that allows him to prove his devotion, his maturity, and his integrity. Every step he takes in responsibility reflects his understanding that love is not sustained by feelings alone, but by action, effort, and accountability that lasts through every season. True love elevates both partners because it is not one-sided, it is not selfish, and it does not seek to dominate or control. When a man truly loves you, he does not just aim to fulfill his own needs or desires, he aims to lift you higher, to help you become the best version of yourself, and in the process, he grows as well. Love in its purest form is not stagnant. It is a force that pushes both people to rise, to mature, and to step into greater versions of themselves. A love that elevates is a love that transforms, because it is not content with leaving either person as they are. It nurtures growth, progress, and fulfillment. When a man truly loves you, his encouragement becomes a constant source of strength. He does not envy your dreams or feel threatened by your ambitions. He supports them. He wants to see you achieve more, to chase the passions in your heart, to expand your potential. His words and actions fuel your confidence, reminding you that you are capable of more than you may believe. This kind of love does not clip your wings. It gives you the courage to fly higher. Elevation happens when his love becomes a source of empowerment instead of limitation. Elevation is also reflected in accountability. A man who loves you does not let you settle for less than your potential. He will challenge you when you are holding back. He will push you when you doubt yourself. And he will remind you of your worth when you forget it. Love does not only comfort, it also strengthens. And a man who loves you is willing to have the hard conversations that help you grow. His love is not about pleasing you all the time, but about wanting the best for you, even when it requires honesty and challenge. At the same time, true love elevates him as well. Being with you inspires him to become more disciplined, more ambitious, and more intentional. Love makes him want to rise to the occasion, to prove that he is worthy of the bond you share. It pushes him to leave behind immaturity, recklessness, or complacency, because he knows that being with you requires him to be his best self. In this way, love becomes a mirror, showing both of you areas to grow, while also providing the motivation to rise higher. Elevation through love is not only personal, it is mutual. Together, both partners push each other towards success, toward better habits, towards stronger character. The relationship becomes a safe space for both to dream bigger, to take risks, to evolve without fear of being left behind. Each victory becomes shared, each lesson becomes collective, and each challenge becomes easier because both are climbing together. Love that elevates does not pull one person up while holding the other down. It lifts both at the same time, creating balance and partnership that are unshakable. True love also elevates by providing emotional stability. A man who loves you will cultivate peace in the relationship, not chaos. He will create an environment where you feel secure, where you are free to express yourself without fear, where you can heal and grow without judgment. That stability allows you to rise emotionally because you are no longer weighed down by uncertainty, fear, or insecurity. At the same time, his love gives him the same stability, reminding him that he is not alone, that he has a partner who stands with him through everything. Emotional safety becomes the foundation for both to rise higher in every other area. Elevation is also spiritual. A man who loves you will not only care about your body and mind, but also about your spirit. He will encourage faith, values, and purpose. He will want to see you connected to something greater than both of you, because he understands that true love is sustained by principles deeper than feelings. Together, you grow not only in affection, but in purpose, elevating each other to live lives that carry meaning beyond the relationship itself. Love that elevates both partners also fosters respect. When a man truly loves you, he does not see you as beneath him, nor does he try to dominate or control. He honors you as an equal, and that equality naturally raises both people higher. Respect ensures that both can shine, both can contribute, and both can grow without competition. It creates harmony where elevation is natural, because neither person is limited, and both are free to rise without fear of being diminished. The beauty of love that elevates is that it transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. Simple conversations become lessons, shared struggles become stepping stones, and ordinary days become opportunities to grow together. Elevation is not about perfection or constant success. It is about progression. It is about both partners walking side by side, pushing each other upward, celebrating each milestone, and refusing to let either person remain stuck in a lesser version of themselves. Love at its highest form does not just satisfy emotions, it uplifts lives, building a foundation where both can rise to their fullest potential.